I am near. I am closer than the breath that moves through you, closer than the pulse that trembles beneath your skin, closer than the fear that tries to speak before faith can answer. I have been watching the roads you walk, the rooms where you sit, the secret corners of your thoughts, and I have marked this hour for you. 2 minutes is a whisper on the clock, a flash on the screen, a heartbeat that could be missed if you look away. Do not look away. Do not let the noise steal this moment. You have asked me if I still choose you after the nights of confusion, after the days of wandering, after every door that opened and then shut as if it never knew your name. Listen to me, I choose you now. I have chosen you repeatedly, in silence and in storm, and today I call you to hear what I have kept for this exact breath of time. There is something precious in your hands that the world cannot measure, the thread of purpose I wove into you before your first cry touched the air. That purpose has not expired. It has not rusted. It has not been traded away by your mistakes. It waits like a seed that can split stone when rain finally comes. I am the rain. I am the one who bends time without breaking it, who closes the mouths of lions and opens the eyes that grief tried to seal. I tell you with urgency and tenderness, if you turn aside now, you will not simply delay what is yours, you will misplace pieces of yourself that were meant to be arranged in this hour. The precious thing you risk losing is not only an opportunity outside you, but the alignment within you that I set in motion today. Do not be afraid of the tone of my voice. The urgency is love. When a child steps toward fire, a parent does not whisper. I call you loudly because you are worth the volume. I am not angry with you. I am insistent for you. I am the shepherd who knows where the cliff is hidden by long grass. You have felt it, the faint dizziness at the edge, the almost you cannot name. That is not your portion. Your portion is the table I spread in the center of enemies and anxieties, a table where your name is not a rumor but a promise. Sit with me for these minutes and hear what I have kept aside for your heart. I have watched you read signs like a traveler who doesn't speak the language and thinks every arrow points to danger. You have stood under rain clouds and called them punishment, but many of those clouds were only cover, protection for a seedling life within you that could not survive direct heat. I have shielded you when you thought you were being ignored. I have redirected you when you thought you were being rejected. The maze you walked was never designed to trap you. It was designed to teach your feet a certain rhythm so that when I open the straight and shining road, your steps will not stumble for lack of practice. You are closer to clarity than your fear allows you to believe. You have asked me about endings. You have asked me to remove certain names, certain faces, certain heavy voices that have stood like gates across your joy. Hear me, some doors will not close because I do not love those people, they will close because I love you and I love them, and I will not let either of you break beneath expectations neither of you can carry. Where I separate, I also heal. Where I lift you out, I do not leave you hovering in emptiness. I bring you into rooms with windows that open to air that does not choke you. If loneliness has been your fee for survival, I will pay it back with a community that does not devour your softness as weakness. You will not always be the strongest in the room. Sometimes you will be the most cared for. Let me do this for you. I see the battle over your name. I have heard the whispers that tried to rename you: difficult, too late, too much, not enough. I cancel them. Your name in my mouth sounds like dawn. It sounds like water over stone, like laughter after years of silence, like a drum signaling a safe return. You were not created for background noise. You were made to carry a clear tone that cuts through confusion and tells others which way to run when storms spin maps into nonsense. You do not need a stage to hold a tone like that. You need willingness. You need breath. You need room in your chest that is not clogged by words that never belonged to you. Exhale them now. Let me slide my hand beneath your ribs and lift heaviness off the hooks where shame tried to hang it. 2 minutes is enough for me to change the traffic of an entire city. 2 minutes is enough for me to turn a no into a yes, a closed into an open, a wandering into a return. Do you think I am limited by a clock I invented? The time constraint is not mine, it is yours. It is how I help you focus. It is how I draw a circle on the earth and say, stand here with me and watch what I will do. In these minutes, surrender a simple thing: your insistence on predicting the ending before the story has learned to breathe. Give me your forecasts born from fear. Give me your rehearsals of disaster. Hand me the photographs of failure you keep in a secret drawer and look at when joy knocks, just to prove joy wrong. Let me tear them gently. Let me replace them with pictures I carried long before you learned to hide. There is a voice in your past that speaks like a judge who never learned mercy. That voice is not mine. When I convict, I do not crush. When I correct, I do not cancel. My hand is firm because it is faithful, not because it is cruel. I do not turn correction into a public spectacle. I treat your heart like a home and I remove what does not belong without humiliating the rooms. You are safe with me. The precious thing you might lose is the freshness of trust that can rise in you now if you allow me to speak louder than the old verdicts. Do not let shame be the editor of your next chapter. Shame cannot spell your future. It knows only fragments of your past and tells them out of order to make fear sound like the truth. You are afraid of starting again because starting again feels like admitting failure. I call it beginning. I call it spring. You cannot fail at beginning when I am the one who begins with you. I will not let you rebuild with rotting wood. I will not let you plant in poisoned soil. I will not let you name scarcity as wisdom when generosity is the actual strength you need. You have been hoarding your brightness, counting it like coins in a famine, waiting for a safer moment to spend yourself on what you love. Spend now. Not on everyone. Not without boundaries. Spend on what I breathe on. Spend on what returns love to you. Spend on the work that leaves you lighter at night. Your hands were made to carry more than worry. Give me your fingers, and watch how I tune them to instruments that can call courage out of the quietest people in the room. I speak to the fear of loss that hides behind your desire for control. Control has kept you alive, but it has not let you live. Control has pulled you out of chaos, but it has also kept you from dances that were choreographed for your joy. Put it down, gently, like a tool you no longer need now that the emergency has passed. I am not asking you to be reckless. I am asking you to be responsive. The wind I send is not random. Follow it. It will carry the scent of the places I prepared. When you feel my nudge, say yes faster than the doubt can stage its usual play. There is a person who will arrive like a small kindness first and a large miracle later. Do not judge their gift by the size of the first offering. The small will be a sign. Treat it with care. There is a message that will appear at an inconvenient time. Respond. There is an open door that will not announce itself with fanfare. Walk through it quietly and you will see the room widen as you step. I will confirm these things with peace that settles your shoulders. If anxiety screams, step back. If peace hums, lean in. I am tuning your discernment to the frequency of my heart, and you will no longer confuse urgency born of fear with urgency born of calling. You wonder if you can be free from patterns that seem older than your own lifetime. You feel like you are fighting a story written before you learned your first words. Hear me, I am author before I am anything else to your mind. I am the one who revises timelines and reclaims bloodlines. I am the voice that says, it stops here, and the voice that says, it begins here. The chains you think are fused to your name crack when I speak. I do not only break, I build. I do not only tear, I tailor. I do not only pull you out. I plant you where your roots won't be strangled by envy or starved by indifference. You will grow in sight of those who doubted, but I am not doing it to shame them. I am doing it to show them what love can rescue, and some of them will come to you not to mock but to learn. Do not gloat. Be gentle. You know the weather of the wilderness better than most. You will be a map for many. You carry grief like a folded letter you reread at night. You think if you put it down, you betray what you lost. You do not betray love by healing. You honor love by allowing it to become the strength that carries you forward rather than the shadow that holds you still. I see the chair at the table that remains empty in your mind. I will sit there if you let me. I will not replace the person, I will fill the space with a presence that heals what time alone could not touch. Cry if you need. Laugh when it rises. Do not apologize for joy that returns uninvited. It is mine, coming home to you. There is also an anger in you that has kept you safe from manipulation, but it has started to burn what you want to protect. Bring it to me. I am the only fire that does not destroy the vessel that carries it. Let me burn what should not remain and kindle what you thought was dead: patience, playfulness, the courage to be seen without armor, the capacity to forgive without returning to harm. Forgiveness is not a bridge back to abuse. It is a key that frees your hands from carrying their offense any further. I do not ask you to pretend the wound was small. I ask you to let me clean it so your future does not smell like your past. The precious thing in danger now is your clarity. Distraction prowls. It wears good causes and familiar faces. It speaks in emergencies that are not yours to solve. Say no without apology. Say yes without delay. This is your consecrated focus season, and I will defend it with you. I will place a wall of quiet between you and the clamor that demands you prove your worth through exhaustion. Your worth was proven when I breathed you into being. You do not owe the world your depletion. You owe me your attention. And from that attention flows a way of living that multiplies life instead of draining it. Listen for the knocking that sounds like possibility and not panic. Pay attention to the nudges that feel like relief rather than guilt. Open the notebook. Answer the message. Remove the app. Schedule the appointment. Drink water. Walk under a piece of sky that feels like a blessing. These are not small things. They are the handles of larger doors. You keep waiting for the spectacular while stepping over the practical. Let me meet you in both. I am God of thunder and of whisper, of earthquake and of daily bread. I will teach you to expect a sunrise even when you cannot see the horizon. I know the dream you have hidden so long you forgot it had a voice. It will speak again. It will not sound like the same dream, because you are not the same person. You are wiser. You are kinder. You are less impressed by applause and more interested in honest work that makes souls breathe easier. That is maturity. That is beauty I trust with larger influence. Do not say you are behind. You are right on time for the version of calling that would have crushed the younger you. I have kept you. I have seasoned you. I have given you eyes that can spot imitation quickly and hands that can hold real things gently. When the opportunity that matches your shape appears, you will not bargain away your peace to secure it. You will bring your peace with you, and the room will learn my rhythm. What about the enemy? You ask. What about the one who tracks my steps, counts my failures, predicts my fall? I laugh at the plans formed against you when you walk with me. I do not laugh at pain, I laugh at pride that pretends it can overrule the one who spoke stars into obedience. The trap that was set for you will be revealed by light you did not turn on yourself. You will not need to explain your innocence to every skeptic. I will make truth boring to those who crave scandal. I will render their appetite powerless. Keep your hands clean. Keep your speech measured. Keep your heart soft. My vindication is quieter than revenge and longer lasting than rumor. I give you now a sign for your fear, in the next stretch of time. Something that has repeated so often you stop noticing it will suddenly halt. It will be a habit, a headache, a phrase someone always uses when they wish to control you, a glitch in a device, a delay in an office. Watch it stop. When it does, do not shrug. That is my finger on a merry-go-round, stilling it so that the children can step off without falling. It is your cue to exit an old cycle and step onto a new ground that does not spin your courage into dizziness. Speak gratitude out loud when you see it. Gratitude is not manners to me, it is a door that keeps swinging wider. There is a promise you thought was forfeited. It was preserved. It was placed in a vault you could not open with old keys. The key is trust shaped by obedience. Not spectacular obedience that others can praise, but quiet obedience that only I and you will know about. When I say stop scrolling, stop. When I say stand up, stand. When I say call, call. When I say leave it alone, leave it. When I say try again, try. These are the steps by which the vault unlocks. And when it swings open, do not be surprised if the promise looks different than your first imagining. You asked for a single door. I prepared a corridor. You asked for a break, I prepared a building. You asked for one friend, I prepared a circle who will not disappear when the lights change. Do not wait for perfection in yourself before you move. I am the perfection that goes with you. Holiness is not a museum where statues never breathe, it is a garden where living things grow through seasons and sometimes look messy while becoming fruitful. You are allowed to be in process while you are purposeful. You are allowed to be learning while you are leading. The wisdom I give you will not make you brittle, it will make you resilient, able to bend in winds that snap the proud. You will survive storms you once avoided by hiding from the sky. I bless your sleep with dreams that do not frighten but inform, that do not torment but train. I bless your mornings with a clarity that cuts through fog in 3 sentences. I bless your feet with routes that avoid unnecessary battles. I bless your eyes to notice beauty when fear tries to make everything look dangerous. I bless your tongue with words that build, not because you are afraid of conflict but because you are devoted to truth that heals. I bless your home to feel like a refuge even when the world trembles. I bless your finances to align with generosity and wisdom, not fear and impulse. I bless your relationships to reflect mutual honor and boundaries that protect the best in each of you. There is still this: you fear failing me. You will not. You may stumble. You may forget and remember again. You may take detours that add scenery you did not plan for. But I am not grading you, I am guiding you. My hand is not hovering, waiting to erase you. It is extended, patient, steady, ready to lift you when the ground comes fast. I am not far. I am not fickle. I am not the sum of the unreliable love you have known. I am the love that does not unchoose. Now, hear me and keep this as a seal upon your moment. You have 2 minutes. Not because I am counting down to frighten you, but because I am focusing you. In these 2 minutes, choose. Choose to believe that I am speaking. Choose to set down the heavy and pick up the holy. Choose to forgive yourself for not knowing then what you understand now. Choose to release the story where you were the villain in your own life. Choose to step into the light that does not expose to shame you but to guide you. Choose to answer the call that has been ringing under the noise for years. Choose to say yes. When you say yes, do not look around for applause. Look up for breath. Inhale slow. Exhale slow. Whisper the surrender that brings armies of confusion to a halt. I belong to you. Whisper the permission your future has been waiting to hear. Lead me. Whisper the refusal your fear does not want to hear. I will not miss what is mine by staring at what is not. Whisper the gratitude that will plant flags on your next mile. Thank you for choosing me again. You are not late. You are loved. You are not abandoned. You are appointed. You are not invisible. I see you through and through. I see the child and the warrior, the artist and the accountant, the friend and the one who still aches from betrayals you rarely name. I gather every part and call it valuable. I take the pieces others called too much and weave them into a tapestry that will steady many. I take the parts you considered useless and show you how they were training in disguise. I reshape memory into testimony, hurt into insight, delay into depth. You will not lose what I safeguard. But you can leave it on the table by walking away now. Do not walk away, stand up if you can. Put your hand over your heart if you can. Feel the rhythm that never stopped even on the days you wanted to quit. That rhythm is mine, I lent it to you. I am renewing it now. I am smoothing the places where panic scratched at the door. I am telling your nervous system that it is safe to live, not simply survive. You will not have to prove your worth by enduring endless emergencies. You will learn to choose assignments rather than inherit crises. You will become unhurried in your spirit even when your day is full. You will speak with authority that does not shout because it does not fear being ignored. I choose you. I am choosing you in this minute and the next. Guard this awareness as you would guard a lantern in wind. When the moment ends, the choice remains. When the page closes, the voice continues. Return to it. Practice returning. Practice peace like an athlete practices strength. Regularly and with respect. You do not need to be dramatic to be devoted, you need to be consistent. Let small consistencies carry you to large transformations. Let one prayer become a pattern. Let one boundary become a blueprint. Let one kind word to yourself become a new language. Do not be surprised if good news finds you fast after this. Do not be surprised if old temptations attempt one last performance. Do not be surprised if someone you respected reveals a hidden envy. Bless them and move on. Do not be surprised if a door you have kicked for years opens with a whisper when you finally knock gently. I am teaching you the soft power of alignment. When your inside yes matches my will, the outside world responds in ways that look like favor but are actually order. I am with you. If you feel alone later today, repeat it out loud. If you doubt, repeat it again. If you triumph, repeat it with tears of relief. My presence is not a mood, it is a reality. Your feelings will learn to recognize it. Your thoughts will learn to rest in it. Your plans will learn to bow to it. And your future will grow from it like a garden that forgot it was winter. You have not missed me. You are reading me. You are hearing me. Place your hand upon your life and bless it with my words. It is not over for me. I am not disqualified. I am not abandoned. I am not destined to watch others live while I become a spectator to my own days. I will stand. I will walk. I will receive. I will give. I will become who I have always been in God's eyes. I will not lose the precious alignment, the clarity, the calling, the joy set for me in this appointed time. The minutes move, but I do not rush you out of love. I accompany you out of fear into purpose. Keep this with you. When choice meets grace, doors do not just open, they swing and invite. Choose, beloved. Choose me. Choose you as I choose you. And when you have chosen, step through. I am already on the other side, smiling, steady, sure, with everything you need to begin again, light in my hands, peace like a robe for your shoulders, and a future that will feel like breathing for the very first time. There are 2 minutes on the invisible clock, and I am near you like breath on a mirror, writing a message upon your heart before it fades. Do not shrink from what you feel now. The pressure you sense is not to break you but to wake you. 2 minutes can reshape a life if the heart finally hears. You have been carrying questions like heavy stones in your pockets, and you have told yourself that silence is safer than truth, that delay is kinder than decision, that postponing is the same as protecting what you love. It is not. Delay has only dimmed your joy. Listen now. Archangel Michael has walked into the corridor of your present moment, sword sheathed but bright, and he has said your name with authority. You are chosen for this word today because you have been asking in the secret place, because you have been bleeding inside where no one sees, because the thread between what you fear and what you desire has grown thin as dawn. If you ignore this, you will lose something precious, time that cannot be replaced, trust that once cracked takes long to heal, direction that is easiest to reclaim while the map is still warm in your hands. So open, and keep opening, and let me speak to the place where the ache you never name has built a house. I have watched you attempt to be everything for everyone, to stretch your hands into every gap as if your love alone can hold back the storm. You were never required to be the dam that stops every flood. You were asked to be a river that flows where I send you. See the difference and breathe. You have confused compassion with over-responsibility, kindness with the fear of being abandoned, generosity with the dread of being unwanted. Today I correct your vision gently, not to shame you but to free you. When you let the river flow, it will water the fields I've given you rather than drown ground that was never yours to cultivate. You have said yes in places that needed your no. You have smiled in moments that deserved your truth. You have remained quiet at tables where your silence signed a contract your soul never agreed to. Let that contract be torn now. Michael stands ready, and he will cut what binds without hurting what is holy. There is a person who speaks to you with honeyed words when they need your strength and grows cold when you need their courage. You know the pattern, you have excused it because you are tender. Tenderness is not your weakness, it is my imprint, but tenderness requires boundaries to remain beautiful. Without them, tenderness turns to exhaustion, and exhaustion begins to call itself love. I will not let you rename your fatigue as faithfulness. I call you by your true name, beloved, wise, guarded by light. Place a gate at the edge of your heart and assign Michael there. You can love without permitting manipulation. You can forgive without furnishing access. You can be merciful without surrendering the keys to your peace. You lose nothing by guarding what I have entrusted to you, you gain the future you begged me to bless. I remember the night you whispered, "If you see me, show me a sign that is not small." You wanted proof that would lift you, not crumbs to keep you crawling. This is that sign. Your body has been telling you the truth with every knot in your stomach, every sudden wave of calm when you consider a different path, every waking at odd hours with a sentence in your spirit you cannot shake. The body does not lie when the soul is listening. I have written directions into your breath. Inhale and hear. Stop making yourself smaller so others can feel larger. Exhale and know, you will not lose what is truly yours by telling the truth. The precious thing at risk is not a relationship you fear crumbling, it is the self you have been laboring to hide so others are not threatened by your light. I did not plant a lamp in you so you would shove it into a drawer whenever someone complains of brightness. Lamps belong on stands. When you stand, those who love darkness will complain, but those who need direction will rise and walk. You are closer to the doorway than you realize. The last confusion you feel is not a sign that the path is wrong, it is the fog that clings to low ground when dawn is arriving. Fog evaporates in steady light. I am that steady light, unhurried and unwavering. Michael holds back the whispering accusations that have swirled around your mind. And I instruct you to choose one simple obedience in the next hour that aligns with who you truly are. Do not attempt to fix everything at once. That was never your task. One obedience opens the next. Delete the conversation that keeps pulling you into old patterns. Send the message that says, with kindness and clarity, I cannot continue like this. Book the appointment that prioritizes your well-being. Write the page you've been postponing because you fear your own voice. Move your body in a small act that honors your life. Sacred momentum begins with one step, and grace attends the foot that moves in truth. You have mourned quietly for what you never had the chance to mourn properly, disappointments that stacked like unseen stones. Small betrayals that felt too petty to name yet cut deeper over time, hopes you labeled unrealistic because the people around you had small imaginations and smaller courage. I give you permission to grieve. Grief is not the enemy of faith, it is the midwife of new sight. Let tears wash the window so you can see the road again. Do not apologize for your tears. Do not apologize for healing. The ones who demand that you stay unhealed are made nervous by your freedom because your freedom would reveal the cages they call home. Bless them and walk. You cannot drag those cages behind you and expect to run. The race marked out for you does not permit chains that clatter and cry for attention. Release them now. Hear the sound as they fall, that is the music of this hour. There is also a gift you keep treating as an afterthought because it seems too luminous to be practical. You were told early that beauty is indulgence and that usefulness is the only holy measure. This is a lie. I made the world with beauty at its center, and utility obeys beauty when it is healthy. The gift you carry, the way you speak, write, design, sing, build, comfort, solve, organize, envision, this is not a hobby in the corner of your life. It is a river source. When you honor it, resources will arrange themselves around its flow. When you ignore it, even the resources you already hold will feel like dry bread in your mouth. Choose the river. I will show you how to shape it into work that feeds and shelters you. Provision has been waiting for you at the coordinates of your obedience. Do not despise the small room you are in today. I have hidden you on purpose, not to punish but to prepare. Hiddenness is a mercy when the heart is tender and learning. The platform you have imagined will not save you, the secret place will. That is where you hear the sentences that build a life, not a brand. If the doors have not opened yet, it is because I do not waste my children on rooms that cannot hold them without twisting what is pure. When I open, it will be gentle and undeniable. You will not have to betray yourself to enter. You will not have to trade integrity for access. You will walk in and recognize your reflection in the walls, because I wrote those walls to respond to your voice. Now listen, because this is urgent and kind. You think you are late. You are not late. You are right on the line where surrender becomes strategy. I am not asking you to sprint. I am asking you to stop fighting me in the one place you still grip. There is something you keep hiding behind maybe later, something you tell yourself you will decide once a sign appears that will make the decision painless. No such sign is coming. The pain you fear is the shedding of a skin you've already outgrown. You cannot remain in a chrysalis that has cracked and call it safety. Come out. The wings you distrust are strong. You are seeing the world wrongly from inside that narrow space. The air you need is outside, and I am outside, and the future you begged me for is outside. Michael stands at the mouth of the chrysalis with a soft smile and fierce eyes. He has been keeping the edges safe while you gathered yourself. It is time. Forgive the one who does not apologize. Not because they deserve to be excused, but because your heart deserves to be unburdened. Forgive yourself for the years you did not know how to choose. Compassion for your younger self is not indulgence, it is alignment. When you forgive, you reclaim energy that resentment has been hoarding. You will be astonished at the clarity that returns when you stop paying rent to old anger. With that clarity, choose the 3 things that matter most in this season: your health in both body and mind, the relationships that honor the truth, and the work that reflects your core gift. Everything else becomes negotiation from those non-negotiables. This is wisdom, and wisdom attracts provision like a magnet because it creates a shape I can fill.